I cannot escape death, but at least I can escape the fear of it. Have you ever noticed that when you share your pain or vulnerabilities, some people might want to hurt you even more? It's not always the case, but unfortunately, there are folks out there who take pleasure in seeing others suffer. This kind of behavior, driven by envy and sadism, can really hold you back in life. It might happen at work, with friends, or even within your own family. But here's the thing, learning to keep your weaknesses hidden can actually make you stronger. Imagine yourself as a tree in the midst of a storm. The leaves may flutter, the branches may sway, but the trunk stays solid, deeply rooted in the earth. That's the kind of resilience we're talking about here, silent strength in the face of chaos. So how do you achieve this kind of resilience? Well, let's take a leaf out of the book of Stoic principles, particularly those of Epictetus, a renowned philosopher. Principle number 1, listen twice as much as you speak. Have you ever wondered why we have 2 ears but only 1 mouth? It's not just a random thing, there's a reason behind it. According to Epictetus, he believed that nature designed us this way for a purpose. It's not about being infatuated with the sound of our own voice, but rather about appreciating the voices of others. We learn and grow by listening to what others have to say, not by constantly repeating our own words. So starting today, try to focus more on what people around you are saying and less on what you've been saying all along. It's a simple yet powerful way to learn and evolve in life. Principle number 2, always expect the worst. One of the biggest reasons why we feel anxious and stressed is because we're always worried about what bad things might happen to us in the future. We worry that our kids might struggle in school, or that we could lose our job, or even that our partner might cheat on us and ask for a divorce. It feels like there's always something new to worry about every day, and it's exhausting. But here's the thing. Life isn't just about the bad stuff. Sure, there are challenges and problems that we have to face, but there are also good and happy moments too. It's like a mixed bag of experiences. Now, here's where Epictetus comes in with some wisdom. He suggests that instead of constantly worrying about all the bad things that could happen, we should try to imagine that they've already happened. Sounds strange, right? But by doing this, we give ourselves a chance to develop coping strategies and face our fears head on. So next time you catch yourself stressing about the future, try to take a step back and remember that you've already faced tough times before. You've got what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. Keep your head held high and don't let fear hold you back from living your best life. Principle number 3, prepare to fail because it is the only way to progress. We often push ourselves to do things that seem impossible just so others won't think we're foolish. But Epictetus had a different perspective on this. According to him, one of the greatest things that can happen to us is to be considered foolish. Strange, right? But here's the thing. Being seen as foolish gives us a chance to grow and improve, both in our professional and personal lives. Epictetus, the wise Stoic philosopher, reminds us that overcoming challenges isn't about reacting spontaneously. It's about embracing a journey of trial and error. It's through making mistakes that we learn and refine ourselves, getting closer to excellence each time. So, don't be afraid to be seen as foolish or to make mistakes. They're just stepping stones on the path to greatness. Principle number 4, be aware of the dangers of fortune. The desire for wealth often comes with a downside that's hard to shake off. It's not just about those who suddenly appear, trying to befriend us for our money. Money itself has a powerful effect on people, and it doesn't always change them for the better. Once we have money, something changes inside us. We may discover aspects of ourselves we never knew existed. Unfortunately, sometimes this newfound wealth can lead us down a path where our morals start to slip away. It's like our spirit starts to poison itself, slowly losing touch with what's truly important in life. Principle number 5, do not cling to a single hope. Thankfully, we humans naturally enjoy trying out different things. It's like we're wired to explore diverse options. That's why it's not a good idea to pin all our hopes on just one dream. Imagine if that dream doesn't come true. It could be really heartbreaking. That's where Epictetus comes in with some wise advice. He encourages us to have more than one dream. By pursuing multiple dreams, we boost our chances of success by a lot. It's like increasing our odds for winning. So, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Explore different dreams and see where they take you. Principle number 6. Always remember that death is waiting at the end of the road. This isn't about being pessimistic. It's about facing reality. Death is something we all have to face eventually. It's like the final stop on our life's journey. Understanding this can make us rethink how we spend our time and energy. Think about it. Is it really worth spending decades of our lives working hard to pay for a house that we can't take with us when we're gone? It's like carrying around things in our bag that we think we need for everyday life, like our phone, credit cards, and toothbrush. But in the end, none of these things matter. That's where Epictetus's principles come in handy. Carrying around a little notebook with these wise teachings can help us see setbacks as opportunities and life as something precious. It helps us see things more clearly and make the most of the time we have. Principle number 7. True wealth lies in a contented spirit. Because of his Stoic beliefs, Epictetus had a unique idea about what makes people happy. He summed it up in one of his famous sayings: "A wise person is someone who isn't upset about what they don't have, but is grateful for what they do have." It's more than just a thought. It's valuable advice. Instead of constantly longing for things we don't have, Epictetus suggests we focus on appreciating what we do have. When we spend our time complaining and wishing for more, we miss out on moments of happiness where we could be thankful for all the things we've already achieved. There's so much more to be grateful for than we realize. So, according to Epictetus, being truly rich means being happy with what you have, not always wanting more. It's a powerful reminder to appreciate the little things in life that bring us joy. Principle number 8. Incorporate humility into your life. If you truly want to learn something, it's important to recognize that there's always more to learn, even about things we think we already know. Epictetus reminds us of this idea through a simple phrase: be humble, especially when you're learning. When we go through life boasting about how much we know, it actually pushes us further away from real knowledge. True wisdom comes from admitting that we don't know everything and being open to learning new things. It's like seeing the world through the eyes of a child, full of wonder and curiosity. So let's embrace humility in our quest for knowledge. By acknowledging our ignorance, we open ourselves up to genuine learning experiences and new perspectives. Principle number 9. Guilt is synonymous with plague. Some people tend to blame others when things go wrong, while others blame themselves. But wise individuals see guilt differently. They consider all guilt to be foolishness. Thanks to insights from Epictetus, therapists today are changing their approach to guilt. Instead of seeing it as a necessary feeling, they view it as something to overcome. The key to overcoming guilt is to refuse to let it control us. The problem with blaming others or ourselves is that it's the easy way out. It lets us off the hook without taking responsibility for our actions. But overcoming guilt requires determination and strength. Only those who are truly committed to self-improvement can avoid falling into the trap of guilt while still owning up to their mistakes. Principle number 10, make alliances with winning people. It's interesting how we quickly move away when someone sneezes near us, fearing they might make us sick. Yet we're not as cautious about another kind of contagiousness we encounter every day. Epictetus shared some wise advice about this. He suggested surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us to be our best selves. The way people behave around us can have a big impact on how we feel. Some people drain our energy and make our days harder, while others lift our spirits and fill us with joy. So one of the best choices we can make is to be around those who bring positivity into our lives. It's about choosing to be with people who uplift us and letting go of those who bring us down. Principle number 11, never forget that your reactions forge your destiny. We shouldn't underestimate our reactions because they are what define whether we succeed or fail. Epictetus was clear about this. He taught us that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond to it. Misfortunes can happen to anyone, but what sets us apart is how we handle them. For some, a divorce might lead to feelings of sadness and defeat. But for Epictetus, it's a chance to embark on a journey of self-discovery. It's important to remember that life isn't just about what happens to us, but about how we choose to deal with those events. Principle number 12, always fulfill your duty. Each of us has a job to do in society and in the world. The sun rises every morning without needing praise or magic spells, and that's just how it is. Similarly, we each have responsibilities to fulfill. Just like every part of nature has its role, if we only work when we're praised or recognized, we're letting down both the world around us and ourselves. Once we know what we need to do and understand that others rely on us, it becomes our duty to do it without needing reminders from anyone else. Principle number 13, do not hate those who hate you, just ignore them. You're much bigger and better than the person criticizing, despising, or discriminating against you. Don't waste your valuable time hating them. They don't even deserve a place in your thoughts. Don't be afraid of people who try to harm you. Their negativity is just a sad attempt to hurt you. So, ignore it and don't let it affect you. Principle number 14, bet on simplicity. Why live in frugality? If we can enjoy lots of fancy stuff these days, why do some people choose simplicity? Well, it's pretty simple and logical. Having wealth doesn't take care of itself. It needs constant attention and a ton of energy to keep up with all those luxuries and riches. But when we go for a simpler life, we don't have to stress about paying bills, loans, and credit cards on time. Principle number 15. Control your life. When someone's words or actions start to bother you, it's like giving them the remote control to your life. They can push your buttons and make you feel angry or upset, but only if you let them. Epictetus teaches us that we all have different buttons inside us. Some lead to happiness, while others lead straight to feeling bad. When we let others make us angry, it's like handing over the keys to that unhappy place. The solution: build a barrier that stops their negativity from getting to you. Remember, you're in charge of what you say and what you let in from others. Principle number 16. Friendship is above wealth. Friendship is more important than money. Real wealth lies in having true friends who will stand by us, even if we lose all our money someday. So, it's really important to focus on building and nurturing genuine friendships. Think of it as a smart investment for the long run. Principle number 17. Always extract the benefit from things. No matter what happens, it's really up to you to decide how you want to deal with it. These were the wise words of Epictetus. You see, it's not just about having the option to find something good in a tough situation, but it's also our responsibility to do so. As long as you have some smarts, you'll always have the ability to see the silver lining, even in the darkest clouds. Let's say, for example, you go to work one day and find out you're going to be let go. Instead of feeling down and blaming the universe, you could see it as a chance to pursue that business idea you've always had in mind. You might even find joy in exploring new opportunities, even if it means working alongside people you're not too fond of. So, always try to see the bright side of things. Trust me, this positive mindset will really take you far in life, much further than just dwelling on the negatives. Principle number 18. Stop worrying about what is out of your control. Quit fretting about what you can't change. You have power over your thoughts, not your reputation. While you're eager to achieve, you can't always dictate your wealth or success. So stressing over things beyond your grasp is just wasting your time. According to Epictetus, we should focus on shaping the things we can alter. Yet it's equally crucial to release the grip on what we can't control and let destiny run its course. Stoic principles aren't just handy for everyday life. They're like a guidebook helping us maneuver through tough times with resilience and curiosity. These teachings aren't about daydreaming. They're about putting knowledge into action and pressing onward. In conclusion, adopting the mindset of acting as if nothing bothers you can be incredibly powerful in navigating life's challenges. Inspired by the teachings of Epictetus and Stoicism, this approach encourages us to remain resilient in the face of adversity. By practicing this philosophy, we learn to control our reactions to external and internal struggles, empowering ourselves to maintain a sense of calm and strength amidst chaos. Instead of allowing ourselves to be overwhelmed by life's ups and downs, we can choose to stand firm like a tree in a storm, rooted in our resilience. Embracing this mindset doesn't mean denying the existence of challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. Rather, it's about acknowledging difficulties while refusing to let them dictate our emotional state or define our sense of self-worth. Ultimately, by mastering the art of acting as if nothing bothers us, we unlock the power to shape our own destinies, cultivate inner peace, and live with a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment.